Bonnie?
Hi, guys. I'm speaking to you from Toronto. How are you?
Yay, Toronto!
Oh yeah,
Chris.
Yeah.
I'm in Montreal right now, Bonnie. So it's like we're sharing the same air.
Yeah, not only are we cousins, we're just so close to each other. If I swung my computer around, you'd be able to see the CN Tower, just to make you feel it. Just to make you feel at home, Chris. What can I tell you?
I love Toronto more than anything. That's so lovely.
Yeah, well, listen, so great to talk to both you guys this morning. I got to tell you, this show, it's a freaking wild ride. And Jake, I want to start with you because you've worked with Damon Lindelof before, obviously, on Watchmen. So pretty much a no-brainer when you got this?
Totally. I mean, it's yes. I think when I saw that it was a Damon script, I think my first reaction was like, "Oh shit, I'm really gonna like this." Because then you have to go put yourself on tape and make an audition, and the likelihood is like, "Oh shit, I'm probably not gonna get this, and it's gonna hurt really bad, but I'm gonna like it a lot." So excited, but then immediately paralyzing anxiety about the actually like, I want this role so bad, I need to get it. But when I read it, I mean, it's similar to Watchmen in the fact that it takes place in kind of a heightened, version of our own reality. But I couldn't believe the biggest difference, obviously, is that Watchmen is an adaptation of Alan Moore's comic book. It has IP, it has lore. It is a comic book, even though Damon, more or less carried it forward into the future. Right. Mrs. Davis is just a brainchild of Tara and Damon out of thin air. And so for something to have the same kind of weight to it and silliness and gravitas and like vibrant colors as Watchmen, but not have any source material, be its own source material, was insane. And it was one of the joys of reading the script, is that I had no idea where it was going. It was funny, but then also it was deadly serious sometimes. And yeah, I mean, the chance to get to work with Damon and Dakota again was great.
Yeah, it does. It goes everywhere. It's got every genre to it. Chris, I want to ask you because my God, this guy Jake, what a gift of a role. I got to tell you, because every episode, like we're peeling back layers, we're finding out more and more about him. That had to have been fun, but also his look, doing an Australian accent. I mean, do your talents ever cease?
No, that's very sweet of you. Look, I was helped tremendously by the fact that Damon and Tara wrote these beautiful, complicated, fascinating scripts. I was able to sort of really just go and play, and also that they gave me such license to let the character sort of evolve. And what I love about the character is that on the surface, there's this massive bravado, and as you say, a lot of artifice, right? I mean, he's crisply tanned within an inch of his life. He's bleach blonde like Bruce Willis from The Fifth Element. He doesn't like wearing shirts. He's got this Hemsworth, Russell Crowe-esque accent, but at his core, what I really love is he's a real person, and his cause is very potent. This guy had a life, and it was taken from him by what he believes was this new ubiquitous technology that robbed him of his uniqueness, and it made him just like everyone else. It took away the one thing that he was good at. And there's that level of vulnerability that, you don't see it throughout most of JQ's performance, but it's there, and it's a vein, it's an underlying current in what drives him. And I love playing characters like that, and I had a ball.
Yeah,
it soon. Like I think you see it in the next episode, how vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to give anything away, but because viewers here in Canada are watching it on Crave TV, and we are absolutely loving it. I'm a huge fan of Betty Gilpin's since Nurse Betty. I mean, she is so amazing. Jake, what's it like to be, teamed up with this woman?
Oh, you are joining the Betty Gilpin fan club here this morning. We've just been raving about her nonstop. I mean, she's the absolute best. I think like it was only a couple of days into filming that I was like, what is this? Because her ability to just do some of the funniest comedy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then oscillate wildly into grounding it in some real drama. Like, it never gets too over the top. I mean, it's a difficult tone, this show. When you read Tara and Damon's scripts, you realize they are going to be walking this really fine line that with anybody less adept, it could tip into silly or tip into melodrama. And she just is the best actor. There's really not another actor, period, that could do it this way. It's like custom tailored to her, or she made it that way. That's what she brought to it. So it elevated everything. It's a script that's already elevated, and Betty just took it to the nth degree every single day, which brought all of our performances up to tap. You know, that's
she looks
kind
great
of the
in
best.
a nun outfit. She
looks
rocks that
amazing in a nun outfit. I was honestly, it was jarring seeing Betty out of a nun outfit for a while for me.
She rocks the habit, I gotta tell you. Even this Jewish girl is appreciating that, I gotta tell you. Okay, so we just have a couple seconds up, but I gotta ask you about the AI element of it, because not only, I mean, really, the internet can be a scary place, but when we're looking at how far this can go, now we have this chat GPI, whatever the heck it's called. I'm staying right away from it. It is extremely scary. I mean, Chris, what do you think about all of this stuff?
Look, I think it's easy to get scared. It's easy to get caught up in the hype. I think for our industry, anytime a new technology was introduced, people were first, you know, they laughed at it. They were outraged. You know, talking pictures, that'll never happen. You know what I mean? You say there'll be pictures in color? Ha ha, never. You know, I don't know. I think it's just another tool to use in the palette. I think, you know, or it will take over the world and we'll all be dead. Yeah, pretty
Jake,
much.
how about you? What do you think?
I kind of agree. You know, I mean, what do I know, right? But yeah, I think there's some really scary aspects of it, but I've used it. I've used it to hook up some of I'm doing construction at my place, and was like, God, I don't know what cable do I use? You know, I'm gonna have ChatGPT, and it came through like an instant. So it's like having a way overqualified assistant in every field. And I think, you know, if it stays in that lane, then it's going to be incredibly useful. But yeah, I guess the alternative is that it's
if it stays in that lane is exactly what the important part. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Like I said, we are loving this series here, so keep it coming, and just a pleasure to talk to you both this morning. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Bonnie.
You too.
Okay, see you guys. Bye-bye.